Hey, Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Chakodash, the ones of the apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to you brothers in highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting the good fight of faith. Lord, when we have found that number to be delivered. All right. So tonight's lesson is going to be based off the word endure. All right. And as you see here on the screen, it says you're almost there, endure. And these words are spoken so truly. All right. We almost at the end of this thing. But we have to keep in mind, it's not going to be an easy road. When you have to endure something, there's going to seem like there's no end in sight. And this is why it shows this picture as well. That road doesn't seem like there's an end in sight. All right. And we're about to come into that time period where we must endure because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how long it's going to be. And we don't know who's going to be there to help us, while we're here in the flesh. We know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is our total protection, And what I mean by that is, who's going to be there to help us. We can only depend on ourselves in this brotherhood and some of you sisters who truly believe. All right. And you sisters better understand as well. You're going to have to endure as well. All right. You're going to have to suffer some things as well, especially those who have been chosen to, when that time comes, to aid or help the men of the Lord, help the Lord's servants. It was done in the ancient times, and it's going to be done in this time again. All right. The scripture says he should be like none. He should be like madmen, sparing none. That even means you women as well, especially if you profess yourselves to be believers of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So, and to endure is going to be, is a major part of what this truth is to us. So from there, we're gonna go to the etymology of the word endure. Late 14th century, to undergo or suffer. All right. To undergo or suffer. Now the Lord has spoken to, many of the prophets of old, and even to ourselves in this time period, that we're going to have to endure. Meaning what? We're going to have to undergo or suffer some things. Okay? Especially without breaking. So when you endure, you don't break, you don't bend, you don't quit, you don't give up. You see? Also, to continue in existence. Now, I'm just going to read. I'm not going to try to speak on every little point, but I'm just going to read a little bit. It says, from the French, endure, make hard, harden, bear tolerance, keep up, maintain. From Latin, endurere, make hard. In late Latin, harden the heart. Against, from pi root en, in, endure, durer, to harden. From durus, hard. From pi, duro, suffix variant from a root, duru, to be firm, solid, steadfast. All right. These are all the characteristics that we're going to have when this time comes to when we start to endure. And if you really think about it, we're being chastised. The Lord is chastising us. We got infirmities. We got little trials and tribulations that we go through. But, in the whole grand scheme of things right now, we really, really haven't had to endure, the hardness that we read about. All right. So I'm going to come back to that. Let's go here to Matthew 24:13. It says, but he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. All right. And once again, I made mention how the Lord spoke about the prophets of old, and now we understand the scriptures of today that we are going to have to endure. We're going to be put in a position of very, very tough, difficult situations, man. I'm talking life-ending situations. You know, and when that time comes, are you going to be able to withstand? Are you going to be able to stand up and fight and not give in and not give up? All right. So it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And that's another misunderstanding that the whole world, goes by. They believe that they've already been saved. All right. There's going to be a lot of tribulation on this earth, man. And I firmly believe ain't nobody going to get it the worse than, those that fear Yahweh Basham Yahushai. Because we're going to be total opposite of this world and this world's teachings and beliefs, man. We're going to be total opposite. And therefore, they're going to see us as a cancer that needs to be ridded out. Okay? All right, so from there, this is 2 Timothy 2 and 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness. It's coming, man. As a good soldier of Yahushai, Mashiach. It's coming. Okay? We've been instructed, we've been warned, we've been told, we've been foretold about the things that are coming upon this earth and are going to come upon the men of the Lord and those that fear the Lord. Right? We've been warned, man. And a lot of you guys out there, in you other camps, I don't think you understand the magnitude of what type of hell is coming upon this earth, because you don't hear, certain groups don't talk about, enduring. They don't talk about the tribulation. They don't talk about the suffering that we're going to have to go through, man. Everything's all about the kingdom, the kingdom, the kingdom. Well, you ain't getting into the kingdom unless you go through that straight gate, man. You ain't getting into the kingdom unless you go through that difficulty. The Apostle Paul spoke about running a race. You don't get the medal. You don't get a medal unless you run the race. You can't just sign up and say, okay, here I am. I signed up. Where's my medal? You got to go through something. In the type of race that the Apostle Paul was talking was a long-suffering race. Okay? You think of, somebody running the 1,600 meters or 5,000 meters, Those are long, grueling races, man, that you have to endure. You got to mentally check yourself on some of these races, man. Likewise, you got to mentally check yourself, spiritually and mentally check yourself in this thing of ours, in the shit that's about to go down out here. You can't let your nerve desert you, especially when things start to get hot, man. And it's going to get hot because the Lord has been telling us. Therefore, endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. So you best believe that the hardness that's coming down upon the earth and upon the men of the Lord and those that fear the Lord is going to be severe, man. It's going to be severe, and it's not going to let up, man. It's not going to slack a moment. Because we're in the midst of ungodly people, man. We're being ruled by ungodly people. When King David went off and numbered the children of Israel, if you remember the story, I believe it was Nathan had asked him, excuse me, Nathan had asked him, well, choose thee which way you should be, roughly paraphrasing, choose thee which way you should be dealt with, and, the terms were, certain terms of being dealt with by your enemy, And at the end of the story, roughly, looks like it's fogging my mind right now, but at the end of the story, King David chose what? He chose to be chastened by the Lord because the Lord was merciful. He knew and understood if he was given unto the hand of his enemy, the enemies would not be merciful unto the children of Israel. All right? So likewise, understand, we're going to be in the hand of our enemy, who is a merciless people, man. So we're going to have to endure, because these devils ain't going to let up and not slack up not a moment. They're not going to let up one moment. You see? Let me run it back real quick. I don't have my glasses on, so bear with me. What was I just thinking of? Damn, something just eluded my mind. Oh, okay. Let me start it. Let me go down to I don't know what I was just thinking. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Okay, 22. That's what it is. 20 is. Verse 22. Matthew 24 and 22 says, "Except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." Now, understanding the Lord shortened the days for the elect's sake. Why? Because we're going to be in the midst of an unmerciless people, an ungodly people. And if the Lord doesn't shorten the days, these people whom he has set up over us to be a sword will not leave 1 ounce of blood in a man's body, man. Okay? So the time is coming where, brothers, we have to start, mentally preparing ourselves, spiritually preparing ourselves for the hardship, for the tribulations that we're about to undergo, man. The Lord doesn't lie. The scriptures don't lie. So take heed to it. Take heed to it, man. All right? So let me jump back over to the etymology of the word. So I was going to read down a little bit. It says, endure, to put up with something or somebody unpleasant. Okay? To put up with something or somebody unpleasant. Esau, Edom, is somebody who is unpleasant. So we are going to have to put up with him, because the scripture says they're going to be like madmen, sparing none. So putting up with these unpleasant, unruly, unrighteous, most wicked on the planet Earth, most treacherous, we're going to have to put up and endure with this, man. Okay? It says, endure, face and withstand with courage. Face and withstand with courage. And as you read these definitions, you think about the Maccabees brothers. Okay? To continue to live and avoid dying, enduring, undergo or be subjected to, last and be unstable. Okay? Persist for a specific period of time. Continue to exist. All right? So those are some of the definitions of endure and what it means in the etymology of the words. To undergo or suffer. So we're coming upon those times where we're going to undergo and suffer. All right? Revelation 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Be ready, man. Be on the ready. Spiritually be ready. Mentally be ready. And pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushai, puts that hedge about us, man. A lot of you men out there who are professing your Israel, who are saying the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but truly don't believe, you're not going to be protected in that day, man. Okay? The Lord knows that some of you men truly aren't sincere. Now read it again. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Okay? So this is about to go down, man. This is really about to start going down. And it says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death. Be thou faithful unto death. All right? So, no matter what, type of, snare or tribulation come unto you, be faithful unto death. If it means them taking your life, then give it to them. Because we're going to return back to our Maker anyway, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And Lord willing, be raised up at the first. But a lot of people are going to try to save their life, man. A lot of people are going to scream, holler, go down struggling, trying to, no, don't kill me. Don't kill me. I got a wife and kid. Don't do this, please. I'll do what you say. Right? But be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. It's going to be a blessing, that we fight for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It's a blessing, man, to know that he's imparted the wisdom and understanding unto us to know that, he's going to always be there with us, man. Always. Even when we take that last breath, he's going to be there for us. If it comes down to that. Lord willing, we get to see the downfall of our enemy. He preserves us to see this thing. But it's Yahweh Shem Yahushai's will. Right? And that's one of the brothers in the camp would always say, I just want the Lord's will to be done. And that brother has maintained that and said that for years. I just want the Lord's will to be done. All right? And we all feel that same way. And from there, I'm going to go to Acts chapter 9. And the verse is a little later on, but I want to read a little bit of this. I'll start at verse 13. All right. This is when the Lord came to Ananias, and they were speaking about Saul. And Ananias was kind of, perplexed because, this man Saul, who was, persecuting the church. Now I'll read it. It says, Then Ananias answered, Lord, I have heard by many of this man how much evil he hath done to the saints at Jerusalem. And here he have authority from the chief priest to bind all that call on thy name. All right. Now I want to stop there for a minute. He said he was given authority by the chief priest to bind all that call on thy name. Okay. Now, understanding that the binding of all that called on his name were Israelites. Period. Okay. This was the beginning of the entrance, if you will, of the Gentiles, whom the Apostle Paul, first known as Saul, was set up to bind in. Okay? A lot of people will go and use this, and just because it says all that call on thy name, they will run with that. This is an Israelite thing, man. There's nothing to do with any other nation or you heathens. Nothing. So I just want to make that quick point. Verse 15. But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me, to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. Okay? Verse 16. The point is here. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. All right. Now, if you think about it, we're doing the very same works the Apostle Paul was doing. Preaching that word, waking up the ears of those who are lost. You can even call them Gentiles, if you will. Those that walk by, those that hear the word and don't know who they are, what their true nationality is. All right. But the Apostle Paul had to undergo great sufferings. Okay? For what? The Lord's name's sake. And here we are. We believe on that name. Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai. We trust in that name. And because we do these things for the name of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, we're going to undergo great tribulation, man. I believe we're going to be asked at certain times during the tribulation, do you believe on this name? Do you believe in this man? Okay? Then what you going to do? Some are going to fold up, man. And this is why the Lord gave the example of Peter when the cock crowed. This is why he gave that example. Because they're going to be men who are right now professing that they're men of the Lord. They're never going to do this and never do that. I hope and pray that Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai keeps the spirit on all of us who are sincere and true and great millstone from the head apostles on down. For when these trials and tribulations come upon us, man. You just can't say I'm not going to do it, because the Lord gave you a beautiful example with the Apostle Peter. Peter said, Lord, I will never deny thee. And I believe Peter truly believed that when he said that. But when what? The trials and tribulations come upon him and the shit got hot, he said, I know not that man. You see? Okay. As a matter of fact, we'll start at 34. Just to get the understanding what was taking place. Start at 32. But after I am risen again, I will go before you unto Galilee. Then Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also all the disciples. All right, so that was the point. When Peter made mention that he was going to deny the Lord at that point. So let's jump down to verse 69. And it says, verse 69, this is the point. Now Peter sat without in the palace. Okay, and this is after they took Yahushua. And a damsel came unto him, saying, thou also was with Yahushua of Galilee. But he denied before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest. And when he was gone out into the porch, another maid saw him, and said unto them that were there, this fellow was also with Yahushua of Nazareth. And again he denied with an oath, I do not know the man. And after a while came unto him they that stood by, and said to Peter, surely thou art also one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth thee. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crowed. And Peter remembered the word of Yahushua, which said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And he went out and wept bitterly. All right. So the point being made is, when the tribulation come, and all you so-called, men out there who are professing that, you're really about this thing. All right. When that tribulation comes, you're going to profess that you ain't a part of this thing. You're going to profess that you never classified yourself as a Hebrew Israelite. All right. And this is why things like this are written, for our learning, because it's going to happen. You don't think it's going to happen? It happened in ancient times, and it's damn sure going to happen in this time period. You see? So all that being said, we're almost there. You got to endure, and may Yahweh Shem Shai protect and guide all of us as we go through this thing. All right? And may the brotherhood continue to, be enriched with spiritual blessings and brotherly love. All right? So with that, Lord willing, brothers edified, and some of you sisters as well, I say shalom.